Morning. It is the beginning of week 6 now, as my review of week 5 of Launch Academy. In a word, brutal. It was our week to get introduced to Rails. For those of you not up on what that is, Rails is a framework, uses the language Ruby that we've been studying, and use it to make websites. It's incredibly flexible and not just complex, but very different from everything that we've done before. The way I've been explaining it to people is that we spent the first 4 weeks and the time before that we were doing online learning, figuring out how things can get done in the hard way, and then the easy way is Rails. And for Rails, Rails says forget 90% of what you used to do. You don't have to do anymore. Rails will do it for you. The last 10% you have to do completely differently. And that was painful. That was really painful. We got a ton of info dumped on us in the week, and we needed to not master large chunks of it, but be competent with large chunks of it by the time Friday showed up. And we had our systems check test. So yeah, that was the most stressful and tiring portion of the course to date. It's just been especially tough because the whole family's been sick pretty much for like 3 weeks straight. As soon as somebody gets over one thing, they get another. I'm the only one who is not sick and has not been sick for most of this, which leads me to two theories. One is that I'm sort of the typhoid Mary of the bunch, and theory two is that at the end of week 10, I'll just keel over dead from like an accumulated set of horrible, horrible illnesses that have been deferred. Yeah, let's see what else. I'm more and more now. All of that from last week aside, I am more and more excited every single week by everything that we're doing, everything I'm learning, everything I get to do, all the extra tools that I have at my disposal now. I went to last night. I'm starting to try and get back out and network. Although I'm an old hand at networking within the video game community, I have not actually been doing as much in the tech community, like the straight up, tech community in Boston. And also, all my networking previously was, for project manager-y sort of things, as opposed to just straight up like tech things. And so last night I went out to the Open edX meetup, which was a lot of fun, very cool. The speaker was one of my friends, John Eskew, who my wife used to work with back at Harmonix, and who I've known for a long time. And they did a talk on XBlocks, which are one of the main components of the edX open platform that you can use to build online coursework. And it was great. He started talking about this stuff, and I was like, okay, that's a model view controller setup, kind of like Rails. I get that. Okay, yeah, and that's, putting together partial HTML pages like we do with ERB in Ruby. Okay, and I just followed pretty much the whole thing from a technical standpoint, and it was the first time that I've ever been to a tech talk like that and just understood what was going on in real time, and that was super exciting. A week from today. Today's actually Tuesday. It's Tuesday morning, very early in the morning. A week from today, I'm going to go to Hack Night, where the MBTA folks, the Boston Transit folks, are going to be coming. They just did a new addition to the API that they have, which the tech folks are just awesome over there from everything I've seen and heard. They really dig the idea of using computers to empower civics, and are very excited to now put on-time info out for people to play with. And this is the same sort of stuff that's been available in a end user form to consume as the hey, how's the tea running? Where's my tea sort of stuff. So like, hey, it's running late, it's early, and on-time rates and stuff like that. And so now they've exposed this API and they're talking on their developer list about kind of the methodologies they use, and all of it's very sophisticated, and it's really cool stuff. So I've wanted to do something with an MBTA app for a long time now because I'm a very regular user of at least one or more of them at any given point because I'm always figuring out my buses and my routes. So I'm psyched to go to that on Tuesday and theoretically know what they're talking about at the time too. So yeah, I think that's about it. And yeah, so right now it's 5:30 in the morning. Uh, Downside of not being able to sleep is that you can't sleep. The upside is that you have time on a day you otherwise wouldn't to make an omelet, take a video, and then keep working on your JavaScript homework. So I'm going to go back to that. Have a good morning. Have a good week, folks.